You live this life, I walk this road, and you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. Vow to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm Fleece Johnson.
Let me tell you.
What's up? It's this Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece? How you doing today?
I'm doing okay, my brother.
Good, man. I wanted to ask you, because I think we missed the beginning a little bit. Because as I look at these videos, and it keeps running through my mind, when you first went to prison, the stuff you was up against, there was no cameras, very few cameras. You was going against racist correctional officers, which we talking about the 70s. No PC, no real organized black gangs to go against the white supremacists. Man, how did you actually survive that? And where did PC come in at?
That's a good question. When I went down to Eddyville prison, like you said, there was no cameras. Nowhere. There was blind spots, many blind spots where you can get killed and great and nobody saw nothing. And protected custody was, they didn't have a unit for PC. Like Eddyville was divided into cell houses back then. They had one cell house, two cell houses. That's for general population. 3 cell house was the hole. And when you get locked up, you go to the hole. That's where they had electric chair and all that. Okay, then they had 4 cell houses and 5. And all that was populated by general population. So here's the thing. If you get jumped on the yard, inmates run up on you and beat you and take your stuff and threaten to kill you, and you request protected custody, you go to the hole. They didn't have no protected custody. And then when you go to the hole, the inmates that they got working the walks out from general population, they the one that would pass you your food tray and all that. So back then, if they get word off the yard that somebody is coming to the hole seeking protected custody, get it. When you go in that cell, you say, hey man, I didn't get a food tray. He said, yeah, you ain't gonna get one. You punk, you rat, you. And it was a lot of bruises occurred during then, right? So back then it was important, back then when you go to the hole, that you come out as soon as possible. Because if you stay in the hole back then a long time, they would look at it like you checking in rather than you in there for a reason. You know, and in most cases, that's what it was. You know, people would just cuss goers out and all that just to stay off the yard, scared to death. You know, so I was engaged in a lot of fights back then. You had to fight. They had a lot of superstitions that I went up against. A lot of white supremacist stuff that the black inmates was so afraid of these white people, man. It was like back in the days of slavery. I'm talking about scared to death. I had to fight. I fought through all of that. I fought that prison to the point to where I broke through all the cutter lines. White guys eating here, black guys eating in the back. I broke the color line I did. The child, the 15-year-old child that you put in prison to see him get raped and covered in filth. I broke through all the color lines, and that's because the blacks wasn't fighting. They gave up. They gave up. We can't win. These white people know what they're doing down here. And you got to go along. I don't got to go along with nothing. That's why I fought all my battles by myself. I had to. Ain't nobody gonna help me anyway, because they scared. And then I learned law, how to file lawsuits. And when I went in that federal court with that lawsuit, and had help coming from the Department of Justice, and them black ladies came down there, and we took that case to court and won that $200 million lawsuit. Check this out. Part of the agreement in that lawsuit was y'all gonna have to turn this whole prison from double cells to single cells. See, that cut out all the graping and stuff. Now, I did this. Now, you won't call me a booty man, you call me whatever, but I'm somebody, do you look at the records and statistics, they put an end to all that.
Man, they ran in your cell a lot of times. What changed from the late 70s and early 80s to them running in your cell to them running in your cells in the early 2000s?
Okay.
Because they had to film them after that, right?
Okay, let me tell you.
All right.
Back in the 70s, it was not required that they have body cams. Film themselves approaching the inmate, going in his cell and getting him out of there. And they didn't have nothing like that. That lawsuit I won the first thing the lawsuit I won did is went through the prison and took all the billy clubs from the guards, because they used to walk around with it in their hand, strapped to their waist. The lawsuit said, no, give them up.
Why? What was they doing with them?
They was bruising. That's how they break fights up. They don't say break it up, they start swinging the clubs, hitting you. You're going to get beat worse by that than the person you was fighting. They bruised that. So I took their clubs away, and then every guard had mace on them and all this stuff. Took all that away. Just to even carry mace, they had to have a process they go through to. And so it changed that. Another thing that my lawsuit did, it made them put in air conditioning throughout the prison. The heating and everything. Because we didn't have nothing. They had fans. So my lawsuit did that, brought air conditioners to the prison. Okay? Better quality cooking the food. My lawsuit did that too. Made them come up with a better food program. Where they got cooking classes. Inmates got to wear gloves, hairnets, and all this.
Why you feel like y'all deserved all of that? Y'all criminals. Y'all in prison. It's supposed to be bad, right?
No, it's not. Supreme Court came out with the 1983 Civil Rights Act. It's to redress the violations of constitutional, federal protected rights. They said when an inmate goes to prison, his rights do not stop at the doorstep of the prison. He don't leave him at the doorstep when he enters the prison. His rights go with him. We still have rights, you know, even in prison, to be treated a certain way, you know. And so now, in my eyes of prison, I remember the first prison was built in Pennsylvania, then come Florida. And back then, they used cruelty on the prisoners. Hang them up by their thumb, where their thumbs would be the same size as their forefingers. You ask for a job, they say, let me see your hand. Got this long? Yeah, he been in prison. No, we ain't got no work. Cut your thumb off, let me see. He's been in prison because he's missing his thumb. But we went from all that to days where the inmates was treated like bad, forced chain gangs and forced labels. And so our Constitution told our generation that's against the Constitution. So now we got rights. And so when the guards approach us, they got to approach us according to law.
Like you out here in the free world.
Yeah. And we got rights to privacy and all this stuff, you know, due process. Like when the guard write us up, he got to put on paper the reason for the write-up, put his name, my name, write up the report, and then I get an opportunity to call witnesses and to my defense, and we go in front of a committee and they make a decision who's right and who's wrong. I mean, yeah, it's fair now.
Well,
my lawsuit did it. Now, this is the person y'all call Booty Man. Y'all want to talk about some of the good I did? I'm telling you.
What about, we may have talked about this before, I'm not sure. But you made a very good point about, because I asked you, how can a handful of correction officers control 400 or 500 criminals, prisoners?
Yeah, that's a good question. Here's how they do it in Kentucky. I fought so much that the inmates started following me. So now they give us in Kentucky PlayStations. Now you got people on the streets can't even afford one.
So y'all got cable TV, PlayStation.
We had every cable channel, HBO, Showtime, movie channel. We even got, on Fridays, we got special movies. That means whatever is shown in the box office out here in the free world.
At the movie theater.
We done already got the movie. Soon as hit the theater, the prison gets the movie. And they come out with a list. We look on the list and say, oh man, we got some good stuff on tonight. And everybody go try to get enough stuff to get high, get food. You know, it's a movie night Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so, it's a reason why they give inmates a lot of stuff. Because when we act up, that's what they threaten us with.
So they able to control all them inmates by taking stuff like that away?
Yeah. We'll take away your privilege. Really, the Supreme Court said if every prison in the country wanted to, they can give the inmates only 1 hour exercise out of their cell a day. That's all that's required by law. Now, whatever the states want to, and like in Kentucky, we get about 10 hours on the yard a day.
What happened when one person mess up movie night? What happened to that person?
Oh, nothing. It don't affect nobody. But he acts up, the movie goes on, ain't nobody. You know,
No, I'm saying if they come through and say, look, because you did this, there's no movie night.
No.
Are y'all gonna be mad at that person?
Yeah, they will be. That's crazy. Inmates will be. You know, they'll look at that person like, man,
What they gonna do to him?
they'll kill him. If they could, if they were afraid of him, they'll still not want to talk to him and nothing like that, right?
And what happened? We used to hear all the time that pedophiles and people that mess with old people and women when they went to prison, they would get dealt with. How did that stop?
Money.
What do you mean?
A lot of these pedophiles and stuff people that did stuff to old people. When they come to prison, they usually come with money loaded. Now you in the prison where you got 1,800 inmates walking around dead broke. Ain't nobody sending them no money. They in there trying to hustle, steal, sell their booty, sell head and everything for money. Wash people's clothes, do hair. So here comes somebody in, a pedophile loaded. We found out, oh man, he got a sex charge, man, kid charge. But he got so much money.
But
so,
they used to deal with them though.
Yeah.
They used to get dealt with.
Right now, there is no, it's like the change you see out here in society from one generation to the next.
So it's no more gangster prisoners. They
ain't, no, it's not. It's not. It's just,
they choosing the money over everything.
Yeah, that dude, Lil Cliff, that I saw that demon in, he even spoke to me about that once. He said that you got rats out here walking around on the yard. How is that possible? You know.
How is it possible?
That's what I told him. And I looked at him like threw it back at him. You know, ain't nothing stopping you from getting him off the yard. You know, because there was one guy, he had a life sentence, and his partner rented him out. So his partner was already on the yard. So I'm in the
Hold on, they in the same prison?
Yeah, in the same, they do that. They do that. You think these people are trying to save you when you go to prison? Them guards will put you in a situation where you can kill each other, man. And the guy that got ready on, he was in a hole. Me and him was talking. He getting ready to go to the yard. So he's asking me about this. And so I told him, man, don't do it. And
the guy with the life sentence.
Yeah.
Hell, it seemed like they would keep him in the hole. He got a life sentence. Why would you have him out there with regular people?
Because the regular people out there got life sentences. This is a maximum security prison. This ain't no medium security. This is
So most of the people in there got long...
They got serial killers, everything. This is where they at. The serial killers, the ones that done killed 19, 21 people. One dude killed his wife over a duck. You got people in there that got pet rats, can talk to birds, just crazy. Some of the most bizarre, they got people in there that eat nothing but raw meat. So...
They must have thought you was crazy too, though.
Yeah, I wanted them to.
Why?
Man, that's the key to survival. You around a bunch of crazy people, you better act like you more crazy than all of them. Let them motherfuckers know that, nah, I'm more crazy than you. And you got to throw it out there and you got to represent that for real. You know, it's anything goes. And when people see it, it was many times, man, that quite frankly, I should have been killed. I could have got killed. But I came out of it swinging. But like I said, they covered me in dirt, filth. But when I came out pretty, handsome, good looking. Girls adore me. Kids love me. Everybody say I'm a wonderful person. How's that possible?
How is it possible?
Man, I tell you, God is good. With God, all things are possible. Anything. So, I'm thankful.
I read somewhere that Eddyville had an age limit. You had to be 25 or older to even go to Eddyville. How did you go there at 17?
Man, I hit Eddyville at 17. Matter of fact, my actual date was February the 18th, 1977. That's what it was. And I was 17. I turned 18 in March. And so they was like, they was racist, the goers back in. They could not stand a black person, especially one from the city. In country hillbillies, boy, they don't want to hear no slick talk or none of that. You better yes sir and no sir. But I had a problem with that. You said you would address me as sir. I said, fuck you. How's that? And we fought. And I fought for my right to be respected. That's what I fought for. I didn't fight because I was just mean, stupid. I fought for respect. To be treated with respect, man. And I was willing to give my life for that. I didn't care how long you gonna keep me in prison. It didn't matter to me if you kept me in house until I died. You gonna respect me. You gonna treat me like a human being. You know, people know that when they get locked up, it dawns on them I messed up. You know, I did something stupid. I'm locked up. I'm gonna get my life together. It goes through a lot of people's minds in prison. But what stops them from actually going through that process is what they got to deal with inside of the prison. You got guards in there that always want to start stuff, man. You can be laying down in the bed, all the lights come on, shake down. Here they come. You know, they doing their job, though. They have to keep people safe.
But before they had body cameras, they must have beat the hell out of you.
Man.
I can't imagine that.
Everybody think these guards whoop me.
8 or 9 of them running in there, man. They with billy clubs.
I had ways to make people look stupid running in like for instance, I give you an example. I'm at another prison. This is North Point. I can just tap the door, here they come. About 13 of them. With these electric shields, these helmets, these clubs, tasers.
And you in there with nothing.
with nothing. Not even a mattress. Not even a roll of toilet paper. No shoes, no nothing. They pop the door open, run in, want to slam me and all this. I got sick of it. One day they ran in.
Hold on, so they was beating the hell out of you then?
No, they wasn't.
You said you got tired of. What'd you get tired of?
I got tired of them trying to gang up on me.
They had to be successful for you to get tired of it.
No,
They was beating the brakes off you, man.
they come in my cell. I'm waiting on them. And when they run in there, they didn't know but when they ran in there, thinking they gonna get an easy victory, this is all of them. I seen the ones that prayed. There's one guard used to knock on my window. He said, I pray today that you do something so I can come in there and beat you to death, boy. Say something. I just look at him. He just cussed me out. I wouldn't say nothing.
Oh, so they must have got that point across at some point.
I'm going to make a point. Okay. So, here's 40, for some reason, 40 rolls of toilet paper off the roll. Was taken off the roll and smuggled in my cell from other inmates and put under my bed. And over top of that toilet paper was a blanket. They didn't know that, and then there was some matches. So when they said, back up to the door, I said, no, I'm not.
You said what?
No, I'm not like that. Soon that door, before the door opened, that was already lit.
What, the toilet paper?
Yeah, soon that fire hit, they'll boost. This is 40 rolls taken off the roll. Here they come in.
How did they get you that much toilet paper without them knowing?
But inmates is the ones that supplies, they put the supplies in the supply room by themselves without being watched by guards or anything. When the supplies come down there, the inmates is taking the supplies and they load every closet. That's the janitor's job. Guards don't watch and see what they do with whatever the supplies are. It's just that when he needs, you come out to his station, he wants 6 or 8 rolls out there at all times in case he walk past somebody's cell and they said, you got a roll of toilet paper, officer? You go out there and get it. On the yard, you go get your own toilet paper. They pass out to you. A certain amount. That's all you get for a month. You know, so if you run out, you gotta go to the canteen and buy it. Find some, come out, go to the gym, go to the bathroom, take their toilet paper. But the point is this. They ran in. That stuff just went boosh. Next thing you know, you couldn't see nobody. It was so much smoke.
And you in there inhaling all that stuff.
It didn't even bother me. They were trying to get out. And that little smart one that ran his mouth, I bet he wished.
You would say something.
Yeah. I was holding on to him. I came up I hit his leg at first, and I had to twist him to the ground where I'm at. He begged for his life right there. Begged me to let him go, right? I said, man, we'll go together. We going to hell today, together. I'm hollering at, holding him. He's begging me, please, Johnson, please. Help. He's begging, hollering. And I went on and took his wallet. Check this out. I took his wallet. Let him go. He went out the back door. All of them standing out the back door. I was in the last cell, and there's an exit door right there. They all standing out there like that. All the inmates is beating. Help! Open our door, get us out of here. We can't breathe. The whole cell house is just smoke. I walk out of the cell, down the hall. I took a go of cigarettes. I got a lighter. I'm smoking a cigarette. I said, what's wrong with you? Man, tell him open this goddamn door. I can't breathe. I said, you be all right, bro. You crazy, nigga. Oh, nigga, shut up, nigga. I'll get you next. And go to another cell. You all right? Police? Oh, God. I said, man, just stick your head in the toilet, keep flushing the toilet, put something on you, like that. So, the closet door was open. I took some more stuff out of there, took it down there, and put it over. I made it smoke real bad now. Smoke is there one. The yard been locked down. The whole prison is on lockdown. Every guard in there is now over here to the south. They all in the back. I stepped out the back door.
So they wasn't trying to save no prisoners or nothing?
Hell no. They out there coughing, sneezing, water coming out of their eyes. I come out there. I'm standing in the door smoking a cigarette. The guard tower was right there. A lady standing right there, beamed down on me. Told me don't take a step. I went on back in. They said I was in trouble. They wrote that up.
Hold on. How did they put out the fire?
I don't know how they did it. Every cell house got, you know how you hear about water, fire hydrants?
Yeah.
Every cell house in there got fire hydrants. They got real water holes like the fire trucks.
Yeah.
And so they try to charge me with a crime.
Of what?
Arson. But they dropped the charge because they said, nobody said they saw who set the fire.
But it's in your cell.
It's in my cell, but they don't, guard could have did it. They don't know who, they was given different, it was the testimony was from all them guards that was involved. All of it was different. They didn't tell the same story. They all told a different story.
And you didn't admit to it.
And no, I didn't. And I still ain't, because I don't know how. I don't know who said it myself, but I just said this for some reason. It happened. And so that charge was dropped, man. But you know what? It stopped them from running in on me.
For how long?
They got me up out of. They got me up out of. They was able to control any inmate that come in there except me. See, and this is the thing that I tell my fans, right? we fight for what we know is right. You know, and I want my fans to be the same way. You know, like people tell me, you can't win. I said, I don't fight to win. I fight to make a point. I'm going to make that point.
You know, we talked about something one day, and the power of the man, and you wasn't a real big guy, but you was mentally strong.
That was it.
When you was breaking handcuffs and ripping toilets out of the floor and all that stuff. How does a man, and I actually had somebody email me this. I wasn't even gonna ask it today. But you made a pretty good point. You said, you know, you got that man in prison and he gets raped. And he might be a killer, he might be whatever, but the men are down there so strong, they can do whatever they want at that particular point. If they want you, they can have you.
Yeah, certainly.
But you made a heck of a point that I want these young people to understand, because my reply was, you know, if that happened, you get them back, you kill them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as being a man, that's how you deal with it. But you was right about it. You made a point. You was like, yeah, you can kill him, but
how can you get back?
Yes.
Here's the point. You can go to that prison and you already know that
this is the main reason not to go, but go ahead.
Yeah, you can go to prison and you can feel like, yeah, out here on the streets, you know, I can hold my own. You know, I carry pistols. You know, I blow. You know, I'm burners. You know, I pop. And but you know, when you see them guys in prison, how their bodies look, man. These guys have been in there 15, 20 years, man, doing nothing but lifting weights and boxing, working out, stuff that you don't do, and ain't been doing. There is no way possible you can whoop one of them. If they get you in the right spot, that's anybody. They get you in the right spot, get you where ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody there to break it up. And they take you. And you say, okay, I'll kill him. Well, after he done had you, can you even picture this in your mind? A man with a 9-inch up in your booty, on top of you, talking in your ears, telling you how good your booty feels. When he nut, tell you, I'm nutting in you, can you feel it? And you can probably feel it squirting up in you. And he's sucking your eardrum, and he's telling you that you, right now, you a B-I-T-C-H, and you his. Flip you over, on your back, throw your legs back in the buck, put it back up in you, go back up in you, and nut again, and be telling you that in your ear. Just have you from 11 or 12 hours straight just up in you. And when he pull out of you, make you suck him. Go turn his back. You do whatever you want to do from her. You can bust his head, stab him with his back turned, whatever.
Whatever, you done killed him. Now what?
Yeah. So now here's what you got to deal with. Remember, he done bust a nut in you 3 times. And that stuff is still up in you. You know, the sperm. So you ain't felt that yet. Well, now you got to sit on the toilet because it's getting ready to come out. And when you hear the noise that it makes coming out of you, that's the sperm coming out. And you can smell it too. And you be like, oh God. And you can hear that man talking in your ear, telling you how good your booty was, man, and how he feel like he's stuck up in you, and that you a beat.
And you can never get that back.
You can never get it back, and I don't care who you are. And you think inmates in there respect that? The other guys, when they put you back on the yard, they keep you off the yard maybe 2 years for murder. Then put you back out there long as don't nobody say they gonna have a conflict with you. You go back to the yard and people will remember that. And you'll walk around knowing, yeah, sure, you kill you. But people in there gonna still come after you.
What you mean come after him?
Man,
Like he's gay now?
Man, yeah, they gonna say, man, they ain't gonna let it rest there. They gonna, and then sooner or later, somebody gonna get him. You know, do the same thing.
Even though he killed the other guy
they don't care
that raped
about
him.
that. When Frank Covington killed Dennis Butler, I was in a hole when they put him in me and Gene Miller, rock monster, white dude. And me little rockers on the wall, and he's hollering, come here, come down here, walk, man. So we call him Chalk Mouth. When we went down there, he talking about I just killed somebody, and the old man killed another one. I said, look, man, is that your first kill? I looked at him, I said, it's his first kill. I said, he's childish, ain't he? We both spit on him. And
spit on a man, just kill somebody.
Yeah, we ain't seeing you, man. Who you? Anybody can sneak up on somebody and bust their head with an iron bar. I mean, I can kill Bruce Lee with that. Muhammad Ali, anybody, you turn your back, I can bust your head and kill you, man. It just take heart to do it, you know. So I end up whooping him. So here's the point.
How you know he wasn't gonna get you? You was gonna make him continue the second part of his killing spree.
Man, look. Let me tell you what I happened to be in prison one day. There was this sissy. Me and him. We had a deal. He lost the deal and owed me 5 boxes of cigarettes, cartons. So about 10 minutes before we got to go in our cell for the rest of the day, he sitting there cracking jokes with some black dudes.
What, is it Sissy White or something?
Yeah, he's white, and back then we can wear our own clothes. He had on a leather coat too, had long hair and shit. And he talk a lot of shit. His name was Rooster. And so I went over, I said, hey man, I said, why you over here cracking jokes? You be getting my money together. So He said, let me tell you something, Black MF. He said, if I continue to try to pressure him, he ain't gonna give me nothing. He said, you wouldn't like that, would you? It came out of my mouth. I said, you would rather cheat your mama than me. And he jumped up and said something, man, and I hit him. And
you hit the sissy?
Yeah, knocked him straight out. I mean, I hit him hard, man. I knocked him out. But his man, dude named Mac Morris, you know, as somebody that a lot of your people know, Mac Morris, the killer. You know, they say Mac Morris killed 9 people. And all that, he's a killer. He killed 2, 3 inmates, all this stuff. So, in the morning, when we had to go to breakfast, when I come out of the child hall, it's Mac Morris and his sister standing up at the hill, like waiting on
The one you just knocked out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mac Morris, Greg, get you.
Man, I ain't worried about him, man. I know I got speed. You know, and there's a guard tower right here by the kitchen. You know.
So you know he wasn't gonna beat you too long.
No, I'll just get him in a direction where that man can take a shot and take him out. No, for real. But he came down, he said, let me talk to you. Sissy, he told him to stay up on the hill. He said, I brought you out your 5 boxes of cigarettes. I want to know, is it over? I said, as long as it's over with him, it's over with me. He gave me my cigarettes, my 5 cartons, and they killed that.
How you know, though? He could have came back later.
There's certain things you know in prison, man. You know, certain, like, when I hit for instance, me and this white dude had a bet on Louisville, Kentucky in the hole. I lost. Louisville lost. So I had to give him 2 boxes of cigarettes, and back then you can buy that in the hole, you can buy canteen. So he came back with a list saying, look, I made you a list of canteen items that'll come up to the cost of 2 boxes of cigarettes. So I looked there, I said, I get it.
Did you have the money?
Yeah, I had the money. Yeah, I had the money. So he came back and said, give me that list, here's another list.
So he made you go shopping for him?
No, it ain't got to that point. So the 3rd time he come back with a different list, I said, damn, you don't know what you want to do. He got smart. He said, no, nigga, you can take that box of cigarettes, stick it up your ass, and see me in the morning. I said, look, man, don't gotta be by all that. He said, well, like I said, Nick, and I said, 2 spit in his face. Where he left. I'm in my cell. He's a walking up and down the hall, you know, his job. So he come back about an hour and say, hey, can I talk to you? So I'm looking to see if he got anything in his hands or anything try to throw on me, you know. So I said, I can hear you. I ain't even walk up to the door. He said, I just want to say home that I apologize. I was wrong. And people like him, they racist. They don't like black people. And if they apologize to you, it's a trick to it. I already knew that. I said, okay. He get ready to ride for me. This is somebody, you know, this is it. So I said, best, my advantage is going to make him think that, yeah, I fell for it. I said, no. I said, no, you wasn't wrong. I said, I was wrong. I said, I spit on you, man. I said, you can spit back right now. I walked up to it. You know, you can get that back now, man. I'll accept it. He said, no. He said, we just broke even on this. And I said, it's all good. I already know they get ready to ride for me, man. But I ain't know how many. I know he is, right? This dude's getting ready to ride for me. He done took advice from somebody. So the walk was quiet, so I waited about 3 in the morning, and I took and broke my porcelain toilet out off the floor. It went, bam, one hit and broke a porcelain. So that stuff is like steel. Wrapped it, tore my sheet, fold my sheet, put big blocks of it in there, fold it up, tied a string around it, what looked like a hammer. Then I made, like it, well, I made a handle and kept roping it. Well, it's a handle now, it's a big old ball, man. I said, this will do it. So, in the morning, the walk is quiet. The guards come through asking everybody, coming out for rack? So they come to my cell. You coming out for rack? I said, yes. Make sure everybody heard him. So, he left the walk. Then all the doors open. I'm in the last cell. I come out. Everybody's already out. He was squatted down with his hand down like in between his legs, right? And I had my hand behind my back like I was arching my back, right? He said, what's up? I said, this is what's up. Bam! I threw the first punch, right, and hit him. And until I hit him, his head just opened. And all the stuff busted out of the sheet, right? I thought I had enough layers, right, where it was, you know. Then here come 4 of his homeboys. They had pipes and knives and all kinds of stuff. They had weapons. They said, get him. I said, no, I'm going to get one of you. He's laying on the ground, blood is Gucci now, right? And I ran up on him like that, and I ran up on another like that, and I ran up, and I'm backing them up, and I'm swinging. They didn't realize ain't none of the stuff that came out of the stuff.
They tore it up.
Yeah. So, they backing me up. I'm backing up. I'm backed all the way up by the gate where the guard's desk is. The guards are hollering, get in yourself. And all the other guards are just standing there watching me. Instead of, they said, get him.
They wanted them to get you.
I know they did. So when I get by the step, one of the inmates holler, it ain't nothing but a rag in his hand, man. The stuff, he ain't got nothing in there. They said, rush him. So I ran up the steps, right? Now look, this is a second story, right? So I ran up that step and then ran up that step. And now I'm on the second story. Here they come with their weapons, right? Didn't know they had me, right? So I ran down the hall and they got a rail right here. Mm-hmm. And the rail is about 5 feet high. So I'm getting ready to come at the end of the walk. And they'll have me pinned now, right? Stab me, throw me over the rail. I say, fuck it. So in this one jump, I jumped and cleared the whole rail. This is 2 stories. I'm coming over this rail. I jumped over that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. It was one down there. And when I hit the ground, I said, boosh. And I came up like this. And I didn't feel nothing, man. And then the ones upstairs, they said, they running back down the hall to come back down the steps. But check, here's a surprise. The one that I bust his head, he was getting up, and then it was one that stood down there that didn't run up with him. He swung and missed, and I popped him, knocked him on the ground. And I'm trying to get his weapon, you know. So when they run down the steps, now all these Louisville guys from my city, man, they wasn't doing nothing. These guys from Lexington, the black guys from Lexington, soon them dudes come down the steps. One of the guys from Lexington that I had a fight with probably months ago, that I never thought would ever help me. Little Money, Larry Green. He said, bam! Hit one of them, I heard the lick. And then another Lexington dude, bam, hit another one. Then they was fighting. They contained them down there. Then I heard Little Money say, no, let them fight. Let Fleece and him fight. The dude done got up, blood is just all over his body. His weapons was tied to his hands. He had two knives like him. So the guards were telling everybody, get in your cell. So all the inmates went in their cell. They said they just let Fleece and him fight. So I done grabbed him. I had his wrist like that. And I'm leaning over. I'm tired as hell. I done jumped over this rail, all this shit. They said, working, Fleece. I said, soon I pushed away from him, I went with an uppercut. Bam! Cross uppercut again. He hit the ground, right? Now, all I had to do is reach down and take his own hand and run it through his throat. I bent over and I was going, my breathing, right? My chest was on fire. As I spun. So I walked to my cell, and then the guards come. They take him to the hospital, outside the hospital. They take me to 15 Walk, the dungeon. It wasn't until the next day that I tried to stand up. Well, I jumped 2 stories. All this was just locked up, man. And I couldn't even move, man, you know. But it happened. It happened. It did.
Thank you for joining us today. Make sure you like and subscribe, and y'all have a good evening.